What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video I'm going to be playing the best Pekka deck in the game right now. So as you can see here, it's Pekka Bridge Spam with the Battle Ram, and the Battle Ram of course recently got a buff, and let me tell you guys, this deck wasn't even that bad before the Battle Ram got buffed, and it finished 6th in the world last season by Fat Cat. You guys might know Fat Cat, he's known for being a really good Pekka player, and he got 6th in the world with this deck, and this was before the Battle Ram got an 8% damage buff when it connects to buildings or towers. So as you can probably tell, it's going to be even better, and it was already not bad. So watch out for Pekka this season. I think it's going to be really strong. Best variant right now, you got the Ghost for the splash, Bandit for pressure, and the Queen is just a lot better than the Magic Archer. I mean, it gets way more value for just one more elixir, and then of course that one elixir ability, and then you got the E-Wiz, which of course is really nice for the stun. So before you head in the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my credit code BOSS in any Supercell game. Really do appreciate all the support from you guys. It does mean a lot. But that being said, let's try to get the 12 wins here, 8-0 right now, and I'll see you guys when I get into the first match, which I find right away, which is really nice. All right, here we go. So go ahead and give this guy the good luck. And with Pekka Bridge Spam, it's actually really strong in single elixir, so you shouldn't really be nervous about making the starting play. Bandit in the back or Ghost in the back are really, really good to start at because it's a pretty cheap, card that forces a response out of your opponent. He's going to go Electro Spirit, and Bandit will take that out easily. I guess he's going to go Skeletons. I thought maybe he was going to go for a Tornado because I thought, was waiting and then he was just going to NATO it, but he didn't. So Lumberjack, Skeletons, and okay, so he's got the Balloon. Queen is pretty good against the Balloon. Yeah, we should be fine. I don't think there's any way, that's going to connect. We can actually go Battle Ram in the opposite lane. It's good to do split lane pressure when you're using Pekka, and it's going to make it challenging for him to defend because he has to devote his attention to both the left lane and the right lane. He's not able to do that. The Battle Ram does connect to the tower, and we of course get that 8% bonus from the Battle Ram buff. I mean, maybe it doesn't seem like a major difference, but if your Battle Ram ends up connecting to the tower more than once, you're definitely going to notice it throughout the game, or even when it connects to a building, it's going to be able to deal a bit more damage to it, which could be helpful in some situations. So you can go Lumberjack on top of the Ghost. I guess we can just Bandit here. And Fireball is also going to be really, really nice against the Balloon. I think that's one of the main reasons why Fireball is going to be better than the Poison, just because Balloon is one of the most popular win conditions in the meta. It's actually was the most used win condition to complete the 20 win challenge, and I think it's going to be really good in Lava Hound too. After the Tombstone buff, people are going to be using Lava Loon with Tombstone, so Fireball for sure going to be better than Poison in Pekka. So he's going to go for Bats in the back. I guess we can just cycle a Battle Ram in the back. It's kind of weird playing it in the back, but it's honestly a fine play because it is going to force a response out of them, and in this case, he decides to hard pressure me in the left lane, which I think is interesting because we got a Battle Ram, coming in on the opposite lane. I'm going to go Zap, and it's going to take out the Barbarrel, and then Bandit is going to dash on top of the tower. He gets the Lumberjack down in time, and even though he almost took my left tower, we dealt so much damage to the right, and he still has to deal with the Queen, which I guess died somehow. So the Princess is going to take that out, and yeah, we did just lose our tower, but I'm not too worried because I'm pretty confident we're going to take his. I mean, it's practically guaranteed because a Fireball Zap does take it, but I would rather get something, to connect so I don't have to use my Fireball on it, because that would be kind of unfortunate. So we're just going to hard pressure here and probably activate the Queen's ability too. I'm going to do this, and I guess I am going to have to Fireball. Sadly, I would rather have not had to do this, but he kind of left me no choice because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to take his tower. I guess it's okay. I mean, we have to watch out for the, spam, which he's probably going to do. I mean, I have my E-Wiz, so chances are, we'll probably be okay, but I'm going to go E-Wiz now, zap that, and do I need to do anything else? I would rather not have to Fireball. I don't think I need to. Yeah, I was so scared I was going to get another hit, but we're fine. I think I'm going to go Queen in the pocket because you might not expect it. I'm going to go for the ability here, and we do get it off, and the Queen will be able to lock on top of the tower, get so much damage, and just like that, we have the lead back. That is why Queen is just so much better than the Magic Archer. He's going to go for a Desperation Push, and that really was a Desperation Push because it felt like he panicked there. Does not pay off for him, and now we're in an amazing situation because he has to be on his toes defending, and he probably knows I'm going to go for another Queen in the pocket because it worked for me again, so the first time, so obviously I'm going to do it again. I mean, that's usually how it works, right? If something works for you the first time, try to do it again, and just like that, It worked the second time, even though he went for an Electro Spirit on it and a Bard Barrel, it was not enough. The Queen is just so strong, deals like, 10,000 damage in like 2 seconds, so no way you're going to stopping it. If you don't have a good spell or a counter to it in cycle, you're going to be, that's what's going to happen. So 9-0 right now, taking a little while to find, so I'll see you guys when I find the next match. Alright guys, here we go in our next match here. So see what our starting hand's looking like. We're going to have a Bandit, so we'll just go for the Bandit immediately to be able to take out that Fire Spirit, because Fire Spirit deals a lot of damage to your tower. It's definitely not damage you want to be taking. So we can go Skeletons again, we'll go and zap that, and see what he's running. So he's going to have a Cage. This could be that Royal Hog cycle deck, because we already saw the Skeletons and the Fire Spirit, which I don't think is that bad of a matchup, because when you have the Fireball, it's going to help you a lot against the Hogs, but if you were using the Poison, it would be very hard. So yet another reason to use Fireball and Pekka, because there's a lot of Royal Hogs right now in the meta. So we're going to do a little bit of a split lane push here. You see that we got the Pekka in the right, and then we got the Ghost Battle Ram coming in the left. Could be a little obnoxious for him to stop. He does have the delivery, which is really solid on defense, but the Pekka there, going to get awfully close to that Queen. He does a good job of protecting it, but now his Skeletons are out of hand, so I'm going to pressure with a Bandit in the opposite lane, because he might not have a response for it, and sure enough, he does not. So remember, when someone doesn't have their Skeletons in cycle, it can be a good time to go Bandit at the bridge, because Skeletons are a really good counter to the Bandit. Obviously, you can fully counter it for 1 elixir, but when you know that they don't have many other counters, you can just remember that and outcycle them like I just did. So I'm going to go Fireball here. It won't mitigate all the damage, but it is going to prevent, a good amount of it, and we'll still be able to maintain a lead, which is really nice. So I think, yeah, the key cards in this matchup are definitely going to be the Ghost, probably the Archer Queen too, and also the Bandit. Abusing those cards when they don't have a good cycle, I think is the way to go. Because the Pekka, unless they make a mistake, is never going to be able to make it to the tower, because they just have all the answers in the world to it. The delivery is a good distraction for it, the Skeletons, you name it, like pretty much the whole deck. The Cage too, pretty much just everything, except the Earthquake, right? The Earthquake is probably the one thing that, obviously doesn't do good against a Pekka, but besides that. So we'll just go for an Ewis here. I guess I'm going to have to activate. Okay, I didn't think my Queen was going to die that quickly. That was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I'm just going to cycle a Pekka on the back and then have Ghost ready if he goes for Royal Hogs. I'm not going to go for a Fireball because we already have the Pekka down, and he kind of played it into the Pekka, so it's going to give me a really good counter push. We are going to have to pressure in the opposite lane, though, to ensure that he can't just, like, anyway, let's go for a Fireball and go for a Queen, and I'm going to also go for a Battle Ram. We really have to make sure we're pressuring the other lane. Pekka's going to take that out, and we still got the Queen alive, and it's actually going to lock on top of the tower, so this guy kind of throwing here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I guess what this game really showcases to you guys is the power of dual lane pressure. Some people, especially players who, maybe, well, obviously this is the majority of players, right? Like, obviously pro players, who know exactly what to do, have a lot of experience, know how to defend dual lane pressure well, but that's why Pekka is so good, the dual lane pressure. You really capitalize off of that and really capitalize over your opponent, not knowing what to do. You could tell he really was a little confused and unsure of what to do there on defense, and he kind of panicked and just ended up pretty much losing both of his towers at once there because he didn't know what lane to defend, and he just ended up, I guess, just kind of, I don't know, kind of choked, but, I'll take it. That was a really nice win. And it was not looking good the whole game, and we just kind of came back at the end. So this guy's using a Night Witch. Very interesting. Not a card you see a whole lot of ever since the nerf it got. But obviously when you do see it, you can obviously assume it is going to be Golem. And that is what he is going to be running. So we're going to go for a Ghost here just to take out that Night Witch. And we might have to go Zap just because these bats are starting to pile up. Yeah, we will go for a Zap here. Top of all that, and then very aggressive Queen on his end. It probably will pretty much kill the Pekka because the ability, he of course will activate it here. Pekka might barely be able to take it out. Yeah, it does. That's actually really, really nice because otherwise I would have had to commit an E-Wiz on top of it, which I would have not really liked. So Bandit going to come in, going to get a dash on the tower. He does have the Tornado though. I didn't know he had it. I actually wasn't expecting that because he had the Tombstone, so his cycle's kind of awkward. He's got a Building and a Tornado, which is definitely really interesting. I think in this matchup, going Queen at the bridge aggressively is fine because it's going to prevent them from building up, a big Golem push because they're going to have to address the Queen. So definitely make sure to apply a lot of pressure throughout the match. I think that's kind of the key. So Queen hopefully can take out this Tombstone here, and then if she does, that means we can go for a Battle Ram to pressure. I'm going to play it in the opposite lane, so then the support card isn't going to be in the lane that he wants to go in. So I'm going to go Night Witch. The question is he going to ignore this, or is he going to... I guess he's going to ignore it. I mean, that's what... I mean, Golem players do tend to do that, right? So no surprise. Pekka going to come in here. Potentially we'll need a Fireball. I'll see. Maybe I could actually get the Pekka to target the Night Witch. There we go. Okay, I can't defend that, sadly, so we're going to pressure the opposite lane and hope that he doesn't have a lot of Elixir. If he goes in for... Okay, there we go. Ghost Lock's on the tower, so... Okay, that's not that bad. Let's just ignore the Queen, I think, and just pressure here. If he doesn't activate the ability, we'll be fine. Okay, he is going to activate it, so we'll need to go for an E-Wiz. That is a little scary. I think he didn't realize I was paying attention, so he thought he could get away with 3-crowning me right there, but luckily I was paying attention, so we do manage to save our King Tower, and we take his tower. So just like that, we're right back in this game. I'm going to pressure with a Ghost here, and he's going to go for a Tombstone. So I'm definitely going to get a Pekka down here, because I know he's going to go for the 3-crown with the amount of damage he's dealt. And it's kind of going to bait him. It's going to maybe motivate him to go for the right lane, which I wouldn't mind because, you know, it's way healthier and I can always get back to another Pekka since I'm in double elixir now. So I'm just going to go for a Queen here. And yeah, it's going to help take out these support cards, hopefully. I'm going to go and activate her ability. Okay, he does go for the Lightning. I think that's his first Lightning of the game, so I didn't even know he had it. I'm going to go for an E-Wiz here, and then I'm going to go Pekka just to take out this Night Witch. We definitely haven't won this game yet because... okay, that was a pretty big mistake, though, by him right there. I'm going to go for a Ghost, the Bar Barrel, I mean. So we're going to go for a Queen, and I guess Zap to take out... Okay, that's kind of annoying. The Queen pretty much fully counters a Pekka, so yeah, that pretty much is as good as dead. I'm going to activate the Queen's ability here, though. Hopefully going to be able to take out the Night Witch and maybe almost the Queen. Not quite. I'm going to go E-Wiz, though, here. Bandit, take that out. And you can go Bar Barrel. Good Bar Barrel. It's going to help him out there on defense. I guess Ghost is fine, and then we can go for a... Okay, maybe a little bit of an aggressive Golem. Oh, no. Yeah, that was a good Tornado. So he can pretty much just ignore that, because that's on his King Tower. Yeah, that is not that good for us. But we'll do our best here to defend this Golem push. I will admit, you know, this might be the one matchup where it's better to have a Poison, just based off of what he has, but... you know, we'll do our best here to try to win anyway, but things are not looking that great. Although that was an incredible Fireball. I'm going to go Bandit here because he might not expect it. He did just drop a Golem too. So Bandit is actually going to connect, and we're going to get a lot of damage. I just don't know if we can stop this, though. I guess I'm going to have to go for an E-Wiz and probably Fireball the... Okay. Let's go for another Bandit here. Oh, no, I think... Oh. If the Bandit just got one more hit, I would have won. Well, it was a good game, to say the least. It was kind of a shame that he had the Tombstone. I think that really did help him a lot on defense. Another card that got buffed, and it also was a pretty good counter to the Battle Ram, but... yeah, it was unfortunate. Definitely was really close. Probably could have played that slightly better. Maybe I took a little too much damage on that King Tower, but I really needed to make sure I took his... you know, right tower, so at the end of the day, I don't regret it too much, but yeah, it was unfortunate regardless. So, alright, only one loss, though, not that bad. I'm still pretty confident we can get the 12, so he's got Dark Prince, and Dark Prince is a pretty versatile card. It could be in a lot of, you know, it could be a lot of different things, but when we see a Golden Knight, we think it's probably going to be some type of Bridge Spam deck when we already see the Dark Prince, so that's what I'm leaning towards. So we got Mother Witch. Mother Witch is not very good after the nerf it got, let me tell you guys. Really nice Fireball. It's going to hit the Golden Knight too. I actually wasn't sure if the Golden Knight was in the radius. My main concern was hitting the Mother Witch, and we happened to hit it too, so that was, yeah, very nice. I'm going to go Battle Ram here to counter this E-Wiz. It's an even trade, and then we're going to have the Barbarians, of course, which are going to apply pressure on his tower and force a response. So good use of, you know, the Battle Ram. It kind of showcases you don't just use it on offense, you oftentimes use it on defense. I mean, you can always, of course, use it to kite things as well. So I'm going to go for Dark Prince. I think this time I'm going to Pekka in the back. I mean, generally when someone plays a 4 elixir card, it's usually fine to Pekka in the back into it because Pekka forces a big response, and he's got a Pekka of his own. So hopefully he's got the poison, because if he has the poison, my queen is going to get infinite value. But if he's got the lightning, well, kind of like you saw in the last match, lightning very, very good against the queen, especially if an Ewiz is next to it too. So we got the Golden Knight, which I guess he's going to pretty much sacrifice to save the Pekka, keep it at full hit points. I'm going to go for a Battle Ram here just to kind of, you know, tank for the Ewiz, because the Ewiz is going to be a pretty adequate response to the Pekka, but it does die in one Pekka shot, so it's definitely something you need to make sure that you're protecting. He's going to Ghost down, but it doesn't come down in time, so the Mother Witch gets taken out there. Potentially a pretty big mistake on his end, because the Bandit's going to get a lot of value. And then I might go for a Queen at the bridge in the opposite lane, just because the Pekka's really good against it, so he has to Pekka in the lane that I have the Pekka in, which means the Queen gets, you know, a little bit of value on that Golden Knight. Not the most, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. I guess, honestly, it wasn't really the best value, but it's alright. So, he's going to go Ewiz. Guess I'm going to go ahead and Fireball that. I know he can Mother Witch, but I can't pass up a Fireball like that, especially when I'm getting tower damage too. And I guess we're going to finally cycle a Queen in the back. Even if he's got a Lightning, I'm okay giving him the value just because, you know, we've already dealt some good damage to his tower. I'm really hoping he doesn't have a Lightning, though. If he does, it's going to make things a lot harder, and it's looking like he probably doesn't, because my guess is he would have used it if he has it. So that's really good. I'm guessing he's got an Ewiz, or sorry, okay, he's got a Fireball. Okay, so Fireball is going to be a spell, not a Poison, not a Lightning. I thought it would have been... I actually thought Poison was my initial guess of what it was. So Ewiz, they're going to stun that, and yeah, due to him having Poison, I think I'm definitely liking the matchup and the overall situation, to be honest. So potentially a bad Ram Rider, but honestly, I got lucky with the timing that I happened to play my Pekka at the exact same time. I'm just going to pressure with a Bandit, because it's going to, you know, force a response of him. Probably a Golden Knight, or a Dark Prince, I mean, either one. So... go for an Ewiz to counter that, and he's got to get some damage here quickly because I have the lead, and the thing is, I haven't even gotten, like, any, you know, I mean, oh, no, that's really bad. I didn't activate. Oh, no. We both got some damage, but... Okay. Just gotta relax, not panic. We're still winning. Okay, I made a huge mistake, though. I needed to activate the Queen's ability before the E was locked on. I didn't do that, and you can see I definitely paid a price for that, so that was a big-time mistake right there. Luckily, though, we're still in the lead. If he got any more damage, we could have lost because of that. The Golden Knight, too, is broken. I mean, I don't even need to say anything about that, but that wouldn't have happened if I activated the Queen's ability. And, yeah, I definitely screwed up there. So, Battle Ram here because the Queen's going invisible, so we got to watch out for that. He's going to probably go for a Ram Rider out of desperation. I'm just going to go Fireball just to, you know, ensure that we maintain a damage lead. And just like that, we are going to be able to get the win. Even though I made a pretty major mistake, we stayed alive. I got really, really nervous, though, for a second because... yeah, the Golden Knight is not something that you want to be making mistakes against because for that one Elixir Dash, let me tell you, that it is mayhem. It is mayhem. It is ridiculous. It is not what you want, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But here we go. We're 1 win away from getting the 12 win. Let's see if we can get it. And we have a cushion too, so even if I lose a game, we'll still, you know, we'll still be in. We'll still have a chance. But yeah, let's try to make it happen here. So... Cycle Ghost, he's not going to do anything right away. He's going to go Bats, so I'm just going to not do anything. Maybe if he activates or plays something that, you know, make the Ghost go uninvisible, I would have been ready to zap, but not needed because he didn't do anything right away. So he's got, maybe it's Mortar. A lot of people are using Mortar Dark Goblin after the buffs they got. We'll probably have to go for a Battle Ram just to kite this Golden Knight. You know, it will... oh, never mind. It didn't dash on the Queen, so that's not that bad. And there it is. There's Mortar, as I initially guessed. So we're going to go ahead and activate the Queen's ability here. Going to get a lot of value, and... I mean, even though he defends it, that, as I said, got a whole lot of value. I'm just going to go Pekka because we're up Elixir, and when you're playing against Mortar, it can be really hard to double and triple Elixir to break through when you're using Pekka, so you really need to try to break through in single, because in double and triple you're never going to be able to outcycle them, and in single I feel like that your cards like the Pekka and the Ghost get a lot of value. It's the best time too because his Battle Ram is out of, or his Dark Goblin's out of cycle, which is very annoying because I need to overcommit on top of that. But as you can see, he actually defended really, really easily. This is honestly maybe going to be a little difficult. Luckily that... Okay. Let's activate the Queen's ability. Honestly, I don't think that Ewiz was that good. I probably could have just zapped, but I guess it's okay. We're still winning. I mean, we could be in a worse situation. I mean, yeah, all things considered, I'll take it. That's not that bad. I just think I should have zapped instead of playing an Ewiz, but I guess I was a little scared of that Golden Knight and wanted to have a little bit more DPS down, but yeah, it was not necessary. So I'm just going to cycle a Battle Ram in the back. Maybe he's going to go for an offensive mortar. No, it looks like he's just going to go for a miner. Okay, and there's the defensive mortar. So usually when someone goes for a defensive mortar and double, it's fine to cycle your Pekka, because the offensive mortar can be really, you know, annoying when you Pekka in the back. They'll usually go offensive mortar in the other lane, so that's why it's usually fine to just set up for your Pekka. Here we got to be careful. He might go for the dash on the Golden Knight. Nah, probably not, because it wouldn't be worth it. We're just going to go Zap here on top of that. We're going to go Ghost in front of the Pekka. And then we're going to go for, okay, maybe kind of a bad... Okay, you see, the bats get a lot of value for him, because the problem is that... Okay, he's even saying well played. He just missed the Fireball on top of the Bandit. I'm going to go Zap. Maybe he... Okay, I was thinking he would go for a Goblin Gang, but it doesn't matter. This is an amazing situation for us. He hasn't... The thing is I've been doing a really good job of applying pressure that he hasn't been able to get an adequate push going. I mean, he's gone for miners by themselves on the tower, but he hasn't been able to support them at all, which I think is ultimately the main reason why he's been struggling so far this game. So he might play something like, yeah, Golden Knight. I'm going to Fireball that because I need to, yeah, take that out. And then I'm going to go Zap here. And yeah, there we go. Really nicely defended. I'm going to go Ghost in front of the Pekka. And then I'm going to go for Queen here because if he plays Bats, I want to make sure I have something that can actually take them out. He is going to go for a Dark Goblin. I'm going to just Fireball to take out the Mortar and the Dark Goblin. And then I'm going to activate the Queen's ability because I knew he would have to drop something. And then let's go for a Bandit here. Maybe he goes for a Fireball. No, he doesn't. The Queen is still alive, though. It's going to lock on top of the tower and get a couple of hits. So at this point, all I need to do is Fireball the tower 2 times and I win. And I just have to wait until triple elixir because I need to make sure that... No, actually, I'm going to Fireball now because that's an even trade. He just spent 4 elixir. Let's just do it. All I need to do is make sure I don't lose one of my towers in... you know, like probably 20 seconds, because I just need to get back to a Fireball. I think we got it, guys. We're just going to Zap. And there we go. We are back to a Fireball, and we're going to be able to get the win. Let's go. Really nice that we had that great start, because if we, you know, didn't get that damage early on, he would have been able to just defend and send in miners. But luckily, he had to, you know, was in a bad situation. He had to really overcommit, and he had to go, you know, at this bad times, like pressure. You could tell, like, he was a little bit... But, I mean, I think overall, like, we were just in control the whole game, and, yeah, the Ghost just gets so much value for you in those matchups, because really, he only had Miner as a good counter to it, or he had to overcommit with a Golden Knight, and the Queen, too. I mean, this, really, what that match showed you is why the Queen is so much better than the Magic Archer, because it can't be Fireballed, it just gets way more value for only 1 more Elixir. And you guys can, of course, use the Queen. If you don't have her maxed, you can still play her in Grand Challenges, and it looks like we're going to get a Legendary, which is really nice, because hopefully it's one I don't already have maxed. Oh yeah, nice, it is. Okay, so working, you know, my way up towards getting all my cards maxed. Global tournament starting, so probably, I don't know if tomorrow's video will be a global tournament one, but probably the one after that, so excited to be, you know, using good deck for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Make sure to like it if you guys did end up enjoying the video. Subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. Getting close to 100,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. And yeah, also, check out my streams on Twitch if you want to see more of my gameplay, boss_CR. And yeah, thanks again. Until next time, guys.